opinion is what I would like to see, like for games dealing with Star Wars, the future of Star Wars, and what I think, in my opinion, with let me see. What's up, Barcode? What's up?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
and do you think that's good? And do you think that the Star Wars games, when they make it now, should be like connected to the Star Wars universe, since the live action
yes,
sucks?
yes,
Yeah,
yes, hundred
because the
percent.
thing about me is, yeah, because the thing about me, what I think, right? If they want the Star Wars fans to come back, if I was them, that I would say, in my opinion, that that game right there is like connected to it, just like connected to the future of Star Wars after the sequel trilogy. Because think about my opinion, because you cannot make no game on Star Wars based on the sequel trilogy right now.
Yes,
Especially after episode 8 and 9, those two sucks. Because
yeah,
think about episode, because think about episode 8 and 9 messed up the universe, in my opinion.
yeah,
Because that's what episode.
yeah,
Because think about it. Because think, in my opinion, episode 1 through 7 was good. That was
makes
cool,
sense.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
But the problem is dealing with Disney. It sounds like Disney need to tell the fans that episode 8 and 9 do not count. They need to
well,
tell
see, the
people that.
alternate universe or something, like that, or alternate timeline, different, different, not main
Yeah,
timeline though, or something like that, not main continuity, something like that.
because Marco, how about this? How about Disney said how some episode 8 and 9 happened up in an alternate universe, and it don't
Yes,
count
make it better.
as the main universe thing?
Yeah, it's not in the main universe, or different universe. That's what. Yeah, better for.
Because the thing about it, because the thing about, if you look at it, Disney is already doing it just for the MCU, just by putting in the multiverse. They can do the same
Yeah,
thing for Star Wars, because that's what the Star Wars comic books got it already,
yeah,
and stuff like that. And and the kind of thing for me, right? If I'm making games on Star Wars, it's like I will make a game. I just buy a character, something like that. Who going through adventures and stuff like that. Just try to make their choices throughout the world. Sound like the Star Wars online game. Sound like could be he could be like go on adventure, learn stuff about the Sith and Jedi. If
yeah,
they can make a game about that, because they are, if you look at it, if you look at the history, all Jedi's and all Sith was not just goody two shoes. It just wasn't good all the time. They had gray
yeah,
areas in, inside the value system. They had each one, because then, like, if you look at it, they said that Darth Plagueis, and Darth Bane, those was the three Siths that was willing to kill people just to do it. And Darth Vader changed good at
yeah,
the end anyway. But the thing
yeah.
about it, when he was evil, man, that sucker was a problem. That game is selling out right now. A Darth Vader game that just by the adventures of Darth Vader, it just who Darth Vader fighting. Oh man, that jump be good, man. I say, oh man, and that jump be good. Oh shucks, because I even buy that game, the Darth Vader game, because that's what I'm not like a Sith, but that's what that be the one character that I would actually buy on the Sith side, is that I would actually buy and actually play. There's Darth Vader and stuff. He made a force be with you and stuff like that. um, I don't get how Disney just try to celebrate that half of the time.
Yeah, I know how. Yeah.
And that's my problem because just everybody celebrating it. I'll go out there and celebrate it, but I'll be looking side eye at some of those executives talk some. I say I like Star Wars, but y'all did even try to go with George Lucas script that he had.
Yeah.
He had a 3 or 4 part script that
Yeah.
Kathy can have to follow. He gave you the playbook. He gave you the playbook to go to episode
He
six, seven,
basically
eight,
finished
nine,
it where he
10.
left off at the
He
start.
gave you,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and Kathleen Kennedy say no. She ripped that junk up and threw it. Kind of like, and kind of thing about what I think, in my opinion, is something like that was HBO, and they would have went with his script.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, because that's what when you look at DC stuff most of the time, DC be trying to follow the source material and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and 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 kind of like the Batman, that kind of like the Batman v Superman movie, that was kind of mostly comic based. If you look at the settings of some of the movies, in the movie stuff like that, just the setting, just the Batman using the grappling hook, that came from the comic book, and that came from Frank
Yeah.
Miller run. And plus, like, the people was mad at the movie. I said, have y'all read that comic? It's dark.
Yeah.
It's not kiddie. It it is not kiddie like the MCU, and that's
Yeah.
everybody's problem. The time for movies, because that's what they expect the MCU film to work for everybody else, and that junk don't work just for DC.
No, it depends. Not everybody to be normal for kids. It to be
And
for adults. TV show. I mean,
and people be lying about that movie too, and people be lying talking something that movie bad. I look at them. I say, if y'all want to talk about bad movies, shoot, the MCU
the mobile movies.
got some bad movies up in there.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it, that it sounds like the MCU people not, if they want me to go by phases and pick out some of the bad movies, I can do that.
Yeah.
It sounds like that. If they want me to do it, because thing about it, because thing about, I always say every stream, the MCU fan, a DC fan, if y'all want to prove me wrong, y'all could, because my link is right in the chat. But that's what, nobody nobody, nobody just for the internet will try to challenge you with, because that's what, if you go by phases, then the MCU, you can tell about some of the bad movies when the fans not lying about,
Yeah.
and kind of like the most overrated movie what I seen is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume One. It was a cool movie, but the thing about it, people be hyping that movie up like it's a masterpiece. Cause I'm looking at them. I say the movie is good, but they die. It's not Batman Dark Knight good. Like
No.
Nolan, man, it's not that good now, because think about it. You go on the internet right now and go under people top 10. They put Guardians in the top 10, top five. I'm looking at them. I say, what? How you
How?
put Guardians
Hey, I
in
haven't
your
seen the movies, right?
in your
What
top
does
10?
that mean?
It's top 15,
Yeah,
but that's
but not
what it
top 10 though.
is. It's not top 10. Because that's what you doing internet, TikTok and stuff like that. People be like talking some volume two worse than volume one. I say
No, Volume 2 better
volume
than
two,
2 better than Volume 1. Better than
yeah,
first one.
that because that's
First one better than first one.
yeah. And volume two, in my opinion, had a better story and plus a better villain. That
Yeah.
he he was an actual villain when the people just had to fight and they couldn't use the stone to bail them out.
No.
And because like the first Guardians movie, that junk always pissed me off all the time. Why is you dancing? I'm looking at
Yeah,
this.
but
I say,
no.
Cause I look at this, I say, you fighting Ronan the accuser. Wonder where you dancing?
Really?
Be- be-
Wow.
because that's what not. If you know, you know Peter Quill and everybody was in that movie was in DC, all those suckers would have been dead.
Yep.
They would have been dead. And cause you know Deathstroke think he think ahead of time. Ooh, if you bring Deathstroke inside that fight, mm, Deathstroke could kill you just from a distance. And that when the MCU people don't want to admit because that's what half these characters right now went to DC. Most of them dead right now.
Yep.
Most of them dead. Because think about it, that because the only people who probably can survive over there is Captain America, the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier. That I think that the Falcon probably could survive over there because that's what he know how to use his tactics with his wings. He cool.
Yeah.
Iron Man, but the thing about it, show you catch Iron Man outside that suit, he dead,
Yeah.
and Deathstroke can kill him and force him out that suit. Um,
Yeah.
because you know that suit can't take a whole lot of damage to a certain point
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And you see Vision, he probably can survive in DC based on his Mind Stone. And Superman help him anyway. Superman helping and got him anyway. How to be good anyway in DC.
Yeah.
Um, Wanda, she kind of in and out. So the DC people just might have to kill her
Yep.
in a fight. Just as a villain, I think, something like that. That she change or something like that. If Batman DC just can't change her, Batman killing her. In my opinion.
Yeah.
And kind of
Yeah.
like the other, and kind of the other thing what I know about the MCU, it sound like just with somebody, just with somebody, just somebody that's not an MCU fan or a Marvel fan, and you try to give some type of critique, people think that you try to be mean sometimes, but you not try to be mean. You just try to give your take
Yeah.
based
Open
on
on it.
the movie and stuff like that. And this is me. This is me. This is what I think that some MCU movies be good because think about it. If I look at it right now in each phase, which movie was good, which movie was bad, Marvel got more average to bad movies just ain't good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And accuracy,
That's not fair.
if we try to because think about it, if we go by movies and shows stuff like that, and and kind of like for me that special Christmas special is worse than the Power Rangers special they got right now. Cause I seen all both. One of them, one of my opinion, just joking and just trying to be like the Guardians movie, and plus the other one, the Power Rangers special, is much better because it's serious and
Yep.
funny at the same time. It did both.
Yep.
It did both at the same time, and and kind of like the thing about it, you can tell that Disney was holding back James Gunn a little bit because think about it, with the movie, what James Gunn did, um, compared to the Guardian series, you can pretty much tell you can pretty much tell that the Guardian series on Disney was holding them back just for the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Just let James
Yeah.
Gunn work. WB let him work and stuff like that. That's what I noticed. Like times like WB give their directors freedom just by Disney, in my opinion, just like to hold them back and just want to put their own rhetoric inside of it. In my opinion,
Yeah. I feel that.
based on
I feel
movies
yeah.
and show stuff like that. Because let me try to bring up these MCU series, this MCU series that everybody claims. supposed to be good. That everybody like talking some. It's a good series. Let's look it up. That's what I'm about to do. That's what I'm about to do. Time for like critique MCU. What they call series, right? That She-Hulk and stuff like that. Oh, what do you call something else?
She-Hulk, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Okay, okay. Because they might show. I'm about to count some of the Netflix stuff just to see that. Oh, wait a minute. I can't count the Netflix stuff because Disney said it's not canon. I can't count that. The Loki series, I like the Loki series. It's good, but it getting a season two, I'm just kind of good. It's all I hope for season two. It's all I can hope for, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Because
me too.
like,
Loki season, yeah.
yeah, Moon Knight, it was good, but it was a disappointment.
Yeah, you do better than that. Moon Knight.
Miss Marvel, yeah, because think about it, Moon Knight, in my opinion, is a rated R character, and 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 plus everybody in Marvel, what I was hearing online talk some Moon Knight, Batman, Moon Knight, Batman. I look at that show, I ain't saw no Batman fight
Nope.
skills or
Nope.
or just like thinking skills too. I
Yeah.
I just saw that Disney was holding back the big old director of some of the stuff he tried to do. Well, I can tell that under Disney came and told him, nope, that's too far, and pull him back. And let me see, Miss Marvel. This should have cast somebody older that just be Miss Marvel and stuff. In my opinion, it should have cast somebody older because think about it, just for the comic books, it's cool for the comic
Yeah.
books. But that's what if you try putting in live action, people don't want to see no kid though most of the time. The time of superhero stuff, I hate to say it like that. I hate to say it like that, but that's what it. When you look at the stuff that make the most money, the time of superhero stuff, it's college people onto adults. Kids don't sell stuff in the movie theaters for people to look at on a series or anything. That on the kids could be like a side character or some like a second or some kind of secondary character. But the thing is, they can't lead a series. And Miss Marvel showed that because think about it, this and Miss Marvel was the lowest rated show on Disney Plus. I think they said she was one of the lowest rated show.
Yeah.
Um, let me see. Let me see what else they got. Let me see some. She-Hulk. The She-Hulk series disappointed me on that one. She-Hulk series disappointed me.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, the She-Hulk series disappointed me because the WandaVision overhyped. Cool show, but the show is overhyped.
Yep.
And people be calling that show a masterpiece. I'm looking at them. I say, I'm looking at people when these reviews first came
Disappointing.
out. People was capping for that show. People was capping talking something. It's a masterpiece. It's good. It's
Yeah.
everything that you want in a show. I look at that show. I say, where is Professor Xavier with Skyclops with Jean?
Yeah.
Because you look at the comic books, Wanda had caused a worldwide thing because of her emotions. It was worldwide. It wasn't on town and stuff like that.
Her
And
whole reality
and
was changed.
yeah, because think about it, Wanda was able to change reality, and
Yeah.
and sound like the second Doctor Strange movie. She actually, in my opinion, get to show her power. But the thing is, she was getting beat up by a kid,
Oh,
which I try to
yeah.
figure out how.
Yeah. How the
And,
logic of it. Yeah.
and she was getting trained by Captain America, everything like that. Captain America would train you just how to fight with hands. How in the
Yeah.
world all of a sudden that you forget to use your hands
Yeah.
against a teenager who hitting you?
Hmm.
Man, shoot. Because you look at Captain America versus Spider Man, he used that shield, he knocked Spider Man out. He said, boom, up that movie on Civil War. He even know how to fight people with powers
Yeah,
better better than I was seeing.
yeah,
And kind of like the Daredevil show. The Daredevil, I had to say, shoot, the Daredevil show on Netflix is way better than most of the series on Disney Plus and dealing with Marvel.
yeah,
It's sad to say, but true.
yeah.
And
Not
and
lying.
kind of the bad thing about it, and they kind of like the bad thing about it, they keep on
Yeah,
saying they keep on saying that Disney Plus is getting their own version of Daredevil on their streaming service. This means I say, please, please don't mess it up because shit, the Netflix Daredevil was good. It was practically a masterpiece. They had a good villain. They had like a good story
yeah,
build up the whole season and stuff like that. They had whole seasons built up, everything like that. Learning how to use his power, story with everybody around him, develop him as a character. But the thing about it, shoot, I probably get to watch this Daredevil series just for not to be biased that everybody be claiming that people that don't like MCU series movies or shows, they keep on saying talk some, but you didn't watch it, and that's the kind of thing that get on my nerves half of the time. Is dealing with people sometimes that make excuses for the MCU. They keep on asking you, "Did you watch the show?" I keep on asking them, "Did you watch the show? And did you read the comics?" Because that's what if you read the comics, then you would know. Then you would know. Then you would know in the comics that happened on stuff in this series that they were doing wasn't right and stuff like that. And and kind of like the other thing, like in my opinion, what I noticed dealing with the MCU, in my opinion, is something like shows and series supposed to be serious, they turn it into a comedy. Something like Thor: Love and Thunder, that's supposed to be a rated R stuff, a rated R movie based on the comic, and and that's probably my bad what I did when shuts. Cause think about shoot, I read a comic based on, I researched it, and Gore the God Butcher, he was killing a whole lot of people, and he was killing kids too and stuff like that. And just know Disney supposed to be a kids company. This me, that's his origin. Just just let him kill people because that's what. So you might not like it, but it's true. That's why Gore the God Butcher, because that's he killed gods, he killed the kids of the gods, and he killed other people that would try to worship the gods and stuff like that. Everything like that in the comic book, and that just in my opinion how it is. In my opinion,
yeah,
because then for me, shoot, I think in my opinion, if they had Thor: Love and Thunder on Netflix, they would show that killing.
yeah, yeah. Right.
Uh, uh, and and kind of like the bad thing about it, in my opinion, is something like that. How could I say? And they paused the Blade movie. They paused the Blade movie. Because of the writer's strike. This me. I I I I doggone well know what caused it too. I bet with Disney. I bet it with Disney being cheap with everybody. Cheating people, I think. Sometimes I've been hearing are they comic book rights? And some of the writers didn't like that. And this caused this whole thing. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this and stuff, everything like that. I'm looking at this what Disney supposed to be doing and stuff like that. I'll be mad, bro, because think about shoot, Disney got a chance to make the already characters good on their streaming service. If I'm looking at them, I say why. I'm looking
Yeah,
at them, I say why, why,
yeah,
and kind of like the bad thing, and like the bad and kind of like a bad thing in my opinion, which I notice most of the time, like I did with Disney and some of the fans, right? You can bring a Disney fan and and you can put all the facts up in front of them. They will still defend them. Look at the rotten tomato stuff based on Miss Marvel.
Yep.
Some people
That's
like talk something. It's one of the best series on there. I'm looking at them. I say,
I was
um,
rotten best.
the thing about it, I look at them right. I say, just by making her a kid, hold back the series a lot and puts the stakes. Just by making her a kid, and that was kind of dumb on Disney part because the thing about it, Disney Disney tried to make it. How can I say this? They try to make it comic accurate, but that's what that character. Please, please don't make it comic accurate and make her that young. Because look at the Marvel trailer. She gonna hold back the stakes in that movie. I bet you. I bet you. I bet you, like in my opinion, if you would take her out the movie, the stakes would go up. Everything like that. And you can write a way better story without her being in it. I bet you. Look at the Marvelous movie after it come out, and plus you compare to the other Captain American movies that grown and younger grown, come compared to her show, they made it a comedy. I hated that jump.
Yeah.
And kind of like the rumors, in my opinion, what I was hearing about Guardians 3 is some kind of how could I say? It was how could I say? It was like a musical that people were saying it was a musical or stuff like that. Because I'm looking at this, I say, wait a minute now. Because that's what I'm looking at this. I said, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute now. You tell me that Guardians 3 puts me in musical because this means I hope that junk ain't true. I hope that junk ain't true when Guardians 3 seemed like a musical when in the movie. And kind of like people saying something like Dirt said yesterday, talking something they
Yeah.
messed up Alan Warlock. And Alan Warlock is one of my favorite characters and stuff like that. Because the thing about it, in my opinion, if you if you can't get at Adam Warlock right up in the Guardians movie, which is up in space, so you just not messed up in my opinion. Because you should be able
Yeah.
that they, they get that character right because you got the rights. You got all the rights to the character. I just don't get it. And kind of like in my opinion, if they don't get it right in the movie, which if they don't do it like similar to that character right there, if they don't do
Yeah.
similar to him up in the comic books or just in the movie, if they do anything different with him, I gonna be mad. I gonna be ranting,
Yeah.
and I gonna be reading these rotten tomato scores. If they lie, I will say it.
Mm-hmm. So
There's something like
yeah.
that because they might shoot. I think I might look at the movie tomorrow or Monday or something like that. Just to look at it. I think because the thing about for me is shoot. It's just in my opinion. Shoot. I'm just hoping, my opinion, that the rumors ain't true. That this movie messed up Adam Warlock and it just people just hating on it. I hope it ain't true because think about if it is true, man, I gotta have to talk about it on this channel. I gotta have to talk about it. I gotta have to say that my expectations was just too high for Disney because my expectations just in the middle for this movie. That's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping for a B or a C movie. That's it. But A dealing with Disney, it's hard for them to on the reach right
Yeah.
now, in my opinion. And 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 kind of like people, in my opinion, probably can hate on me and stuff like that, but it's true. Um, Disney, Disney, in my opinion, do not know how do not know how, in my opinion, how to make serious moves and keep it going. Unless the big old director is used to making serious movies, they don't do it. I think, in my opinion, because look at the Captain America series. The Captain America series got better in each movie. It got better. I don't get how the rest of the directors just don't go by the Captain America Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War. This example. Each movie in the series got better. I don't get it.
Yeah,
What's so hard about that? That's dumb. What's so hard about that?
it's not hard for you.
Because if you look at it,
It's
it's
just like,
kind of easy. It's kind of easy, in my opinion, to go by. My opinion, it's kind of easy to go by, but shoot, it seems like, in my opinion, that people don't, that the Disney, that the Disney company don't like to do it. They don't like to be serious most of the time. What I'm seeing, because they will shoot, they like being serious sometimes. Sometimes they don't. Um, I mean, that just what I'll be seeing half of the time. So they don't like to be serious half of the time, and that's bad. And that is bad, in my opinion. They don't like being serious and stuff like that. And and kind of like for me, I hate to admit it, it sound like I think the gaming movies just might overtake the MCU in time for relevance. I think, in my opinion, in the future, that's what I think, in my opinion, it would do.
yeah,
My opinion is what I think gonna do is sound like the MCU is gonna that the gaming universe is gonna overdo it. I think, in my opinion, because shoot, is somebody out there is a Disney fan who who think I capping about that. Should look at the way that the is that when Super Mario is taking over, is just like taking over, in my opinion, that is taking over pop culture relevance right now. They is talking about a Super Mario movie over. They're looking at a Super Mario movie over She-Hulk, over Ant-Man Quantum Realm, just over the MCU overall, and that's sad.
yeah, yeah.
And that kind of sad, in my opinion. And and kind of the next thing for Fox, if Disney on Fox, is that Disney need to make a a alien movie or a predator movie, because think about it, if we make an alien movie, right, um so they might need to make the origin alien movies a two-part movie, I think, in
Yeah,
my
yeah.
opinion.
I got that for you.
Be, because the thing about me, in my opinion, which I'm noticing, is sound like the directors be trying to make it in one part, but this me, just try to make it in two parts, because you make it in two parts, you're able to explain the origin much better. I think, in my opinion, if they can do that, it's much better. It's much better, in my opinion, which I notice most of the time, that they deal with movies and shows, because deal with aliens. I was them. I make like try to just try to make it a serious, because right, when you look at the games, people really don't die unless you mess up or something like that. So they just had people running and just try to survive, and people make choices and stuff like that. That's what I noticed. And do you and uh and do you think the Alien game? I think the new Alien game coming out is gonna be good. that sound like the Alien game, sound like Alien Descent.
Yeah.
Let me see now. Because things what everybody talking about some of the Alien Descent game look good too. That look good too. That Alien Descent game look good. What I seen that look good in my opinion. And and sound like in my opinion, and stuff like that. What I'm hearing most time doing Alien Descent, it seems like it's different than the last Alien game when you didn't have no defenses. You had to be stealth around the ship. I couldn't
Yeah.
get that game because knowing me, I'm not a stealth person. I'm more like a killing person and stuff like that most of the time.
Yeah.
Most times what I am because it's a deal with me. Shoot, I just like to kill people most of the time. Everything like that. Shoot, because thing with me, shoot, I'm so used to Halo, Call of Duty,
Yeah.
and plus Rainbow Six, all them games stuff like that. And plus like the only game, and the only game that was stuff I did was Clint Fisher, Black Ops or something like that. His game, I do his stuff, but shoot, I even shoot with him most of the time in the older games.
Yeah.
Is like I just hope they have like weapons where it could fit each person. You know what I mean? Sound like if you want to play like with your friends and stuff like that, is like when your friends' weapons just could go with them, and you and your friends don't got to start over
Yeah.
because you got different accounts and stuff like that. That's what I hope happen. If they can make it like an online offline game, I'll be cool with that
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And they need to put the different type of aliens too inside that game too, because you look at alien history, they got soldiers, they got workers,
Yeah.
different aliens, different aliens are tougher than others, and they need to put that inside the game. I think, in my opinion, if they can do that, it'd be good. I think, in my opinion, and and sound like the game trailer we saw at least about two or three last years ago. It seemed like the aliens made um humans, aliens, something like that that's dead. I think them corpses and stuff like that got a brain. I
Yeah.
think it might, if they can put
Yeah.
that inside the new Alien Origins movie, because think about it's our fault. It's I was thinking right, and plus after this game come out and this game do good, I will put that aliens that some type of aliens just being zombies inside the new origins of aliens. Um, like in a series or long form, because if you try to do it in a movie, people might be complaining to us and this wasn't enough time to explain and stuff like that. If you put the alien series in a long form, I would make it about, if I was doing an alien series, I do about 10 to 12 episodes, I think, for season one. I think, in my opinion, and just like season two. And for season two, in my opinion, I would do about 10 episodes for season two. And that'd be a good thing, I think, in my opinion. I'll do a 2 seasons deal with aliens and stuff like that. And some people sure might die based on their dumb decisions. But the thing about, for me, I would do about 10 to 12 episodes in 2 seasons, and that'd be about 24, I think. Yeah, yeah, 12 and 12. Yeah, that's 24. And that'd be like enough time just to explain the origins, the different alien types, just how people escape each season and stuff like that. and and kind of like for me, that'd be a good thing if they can do that, in my opinion. And that Alien game, Isolation game, boy, that game was scary. I went to sleep. I woke up one night. I say, wait a minute now, because the TV was on. Because I woke up. I woke up. Talking. Wait a minute, what type of alien movie they got in? And plus, I woke on YouTube, and so that wasn't a movie. That was the game. I said, wait a minute, what going on? There's an alien pop up. I came back to sleep. I woke back up. I said, God, that was the alien in the game. And stuff like that. And and kind of like for the aliens, like that we were seeing other live action things. People die the dumbest ways sometimes in live action. Most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I seen. Because you look at the newest Alien movie, one the lady died because she didn't cover her mouth when she saw the alien crawling the floor. This me. Get a knife, kill that junk, kill it. Man, that thing ain't poisonous anyway. Stab that junk. Look at her screaming, talk, man. I some people, sometimes scary movies get on your nerves and horror movies get on your nerves. Because you notice in horror movies sometimes is that people make the dumbest decisions sometimes in horror movies.
Yeah,
Because the theme of horror movies, like I deal with Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers, this me. Why you go back in the woods to find them? That like you know how to find them yourself, and you can't fight anyway. I'm looking at man. I was looking. I said, wait a minute. I was looking at my head right when it's just I was seeing ladies and men going in the woods just trying to fight, just trying to fight Jason and Michael Myers like they know how to fight. I say, let's y'all check out some of there. Got some guns or some kind of missile launcher. You not about to kill nobody,
mm,
especially Jason and Freddy and Michael Myers, because you better have a gun. So you better have a gun or something when you do it. And kind of like the Michael Myers movie. How did Michael Myers kill all the firefighters? I'm looking at this. I say, really? Michael Myers is not killing all them big firefighters. He's not about to do that
mm,
because you look at the older movies. He had trouble dealing with regular people. In this movie, in the new movie with Michael Myers, he killing firefighters. I say somebody capping him doing that part because they might Michael Myers a good killer, but that's what he not that good.
yeah,
He is not that good to be able to kill big grown firefighters. And firefighters is trained to break down doors, to carry people outside. Come on now. Because that's what Michael Myers is not a ninja. He wasn't no trained ninja like he been training up in Japan or something like that. He wasn't doing that. He was dead, and and, and this the other bad thing about that movie. Who was dumb enough to let him out? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
uh,
Who watched you said out? They left the door open at night to also I keep on saying to myself, where's the cameras at? Where's the cameras at? Because they supposed to have cameras and stuff, everything like that. I keep on saying to myself, I say, why? Uh, and kind of the people who like the movie, they kind of like trying to like in the comment section. I'll be seeing some of the people park and like criticize that Michael Myers movie. Boy, so you better not do that, man. So they think they would think you being too picky if you try to pick out a part in the movie that don't make sense. and kind of like the Alien. Let me see now. What the on the last Alien game was called Aliens or was called something else? The last Alien movie. Um. Oh, I see it. It was Aliens Covenant and stuff like that. Wait a minute. They give this movie that don't make no sense a 65% on Rotten Tomatoes. Really? That movie didn't make sense to a point.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
How you give it 65% and you be judging and they be judging DC movies so hard, but you get this movie, a
Yeah.
tomato meter gets 65%. 65. Ain't this man, they put cap in these man. No. Let me see now. Let me search the first Alien movie just to see what Rotten Tomato give that one.
Yeah.
Let me see the 1979 Alien movie. Who? That audience give it a 94%. Yeah, the good one. Let me see. Alien 1 and 2 was the best one. Let me see now. Aliens 2. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me see now. Let me see. Let me see. They didn't review Aliens 2? No. I know Disney just ain't took that movie out. I know Disney didn't take that movie out. Ooh, that's capping right here, bro.
Well, very careful. Yep.
That because the second Alien movie, I can't even find it on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't get it. That was the Alien series. Alien 1, Alien 2. I can't even find it on Rotten Tomatoes unless they change the name. Let me try typing in just as a different name and see if it will come up. Let me see. Oh wait a minute. I think I found something. Rotten Tomato. Let's just see that Aliens. They give it. The audience give it a 94%. Thank you. Thank you up in here that the audience got common sense on these two movies. Because my if they wouldn't have had no common sense on that one, oh man, I would have lost all hope up in society, in my opinion. And kind of like the bad thing about it, in my opinion, it sounded like the cast was good too in the movies too. And both of the Aliens 1 and 2 and the older ones, those actually good movies. And that when people, in my opinion, fail to realize sometimes it sounds like good movies sometimes and a good cast, they can make a good movie, in my opinion. But everyone might not agree with me and stuff like that. Oh, come on, that's cap. They give the 1992 Alien 3 movie a lower score than the
No, it's good.
2017 Alien movie. Come on now.
No way. It's the best. The very first one is good.
That 1992 Alien movie, Alien 3, made more sense than this new Aliens movie when it gave a 70%. The critics. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Man, come on. You can tell what Disney owns something, bro. You would tell what Disney owns something. Because that's what, if Disney make it, it'd be high. If Disney don't make it, they try to make it low.
Yeah,
Man, should that jump don't make no sense? How?
it doesn't make sense.
How?
Yeah,
That don't make sense
this is
though.
just not something for it. Yeah,
The story was better. The story was better on that. I don't man, that just don't make no sense in my opinion. For man,
doesn't make sense for yeah.
man, come on, man. Who paying who now to look at these stuff? Because that's what they got to paying somebody that and that's what look at the cast. Ellen Ripley, Sojourner Weaver, Charles S. Dalton, Charles Dance, Victor, that was the Underworld. Man, come on, man. Garlic, Andrews, man, come on, man. That's what's a good cast too. That's what. Guess what? One of the critics said that supposed to be a critic. And said for Aliens 3 to talk about some top critic for Newsweek. hmm Just at the point where Aliens 3 should kick into high terror gear, it becomes clear that this hush, somber sequel doesn't know how to deliver. What? Aliens 3 was a good movie.
Yeah, come on,
Be,
no way.
be, because you can't stop that movie at this killing humans just at the beginning. The alien ship had crashed. Come on, the
Yeah,
ship had crashed. What kind of jump? Because these critics up in here must don't read the synopsis or something like that. Because most of most don't read it at all. Because so if they would read it, then that's what and they will know to say it was a crash. If a ship crashed, the aliens, the sound like the aliens and the people will be dizzy, and they won't know where they at. Come on,
yeah, come
it,
on,
it
but yeah,
the ship had crashed, man. You expect the aliens to wake up and just start killing people? Come on, now that just don't make sense, man. Man, man, these people line up in here, bro. It's a good acting has salvaged many poor scripts in the past, but not here. What? I mean, the script wasn't bad for Aliens 3. It wasn't as good as 1 and 2, but that's what Alien 3 still was good. Come on now. Man, these people lying these days, man. These people lying just a lie sometimes. And somebody else they taught some a soulless alien central and auto. It's not soulless. It was actually a good movie. It wasn't as good as the first two, but still was a good movie. Stuff like that. And Kyle, like in my opinion, I think people expect too much sometimes. They do expect too much, but that's just me.
yeah,
That's what I learned most of the time. Man, this just don't make no sense to my people.
yeah, doesn't make sense at all.
These people be lying, bro, up in critics, man. And somebody gave this Aliens 3 a 2.5 stars. I say, really? And these be the
Jesus
same
Christ.
people, and these be the same people in here that be giving all the Marvel stuff the high scores. I'm looking at this, I say,
Wow.
because
The movie.
you look at Rotten Tomatoes, you could pretty much tell the people who kind of bias against serious movies,
Yeah, yeah.
people that some people that's like that. Because it's also Aliens 3 is one of those situations where the quality of the film with young. Come on now, that's a lie. These people lying, bro. Inexperience. Come on now, the script was good. I don't get this. The script wasn't the best, but wait a minute, they give it a 5 out of 10, and that's cap right there. That's cap. That Aliens 3 movie at least about a 6.5 to a 7. It is not a 5 out of 10. And something like people sometimes people expect too much. That's what I notice. Sometimes
Yeah.
they expect too much, and people and somebody give it. Some people get 3.5. One person give it a 4, and kind of like the bad thing about it I'm seeing, it's seeing like the hate be coming from Tony Soon. It's not like the second movie. I say it's not supposed to be
Uh,
like the second movie. It's supposed to be different.
uh,
I don't get.
yeah.
I do not get what people want. Because think about it, people claim, people always claim to tell something. All the movies the same. All the movies the same. Just what somebody just do something different, they criticize it. They criticize that jump. They criticize that movie and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And and let me see Captain Marvel show what Disney did with her movie, where her average was 79%. I seen that movie. It's lower than that. It's a lie. That's a lie right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's less than that. 79%. 79%. Let me see 2017 movie. Let me see about that one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you that some people got some sense. The audience give it an 83% and the tomato people give it a 93. Okay, fine. Finally, shucks. Because shucks, it took about 3 or 4 times to find it. these these Disney people probably can't criticize it. And let me see the second Wonder Woman movie because some people was like, and Captain Marvel, they give it 79%. I I, I want to know how they got that 79% though. I'm trying to figure out because think about it, that story wasn't that good because the story was mixed up
Mm-hmm.
most of the time. The story is mixed up, and sometimes people if they try to say I'm capping on that, look at the movie because that's what. Oh, these people just lied. The, um, they give us movie a fresh. They said the chemistry between Larson and Lynch propelled the last half of the movie. That's a lie. And this say Lynch bring death, love, and believability to Maria. What? Because she seen mean the last time I look at it. And you saw the Captain Marvel movie. Marie Rambeau, daughter. She was mean. She was not. She did not seem like how can I say a nice person to meet on the first time, first impressions. Because think about different first impressions, you would think that she just been a mean person most of the time. And Brie Larson and Brie Larson most of the time she didn't help it doing that scene. And this said Captain Marvel had things going for it that elevated. Wait a minute, now time out. What did that movie elevate? It didn't elevate
Uh,
nothing. This
yeah.
that's a lie though, because that Captain Marvel movie did not elevate no type of story or nothing. It didn't elevate nothing.
Yeah.
I don't
The
get how
story was bad. It's very bad.
the story was bad. The action just was mediocre half of the time,
Yeah, but not the best.
and
People stuff did
and
watch
how
the
she
movies.
and how she beat the big villain just ain't make no sense. Because the thing about me, if I do a watch party of this movie, I might be mad the whole time because there's a certain Marvel movies half of the time. I can't do watch party for them. I can't do it. I can't do it because the movie don't make sense. And plus, the movie didn't even help going into Endgame. It didn't help. It didn't help nothing. all stuff for the post credit, and we could have got that. There's on another miniseries or something like that. That post credit.
Yeah.
It, because you look at the MCU now, should the MCU expect you to stay just for the post credits instead of a good movie? So that's where I know it's most of the time, everything like that. And and kind of another person say tell us something. I like the characters. Like the character, she she didn't elevate the character. She wasn't a good character.
No. Yeah.
And Brie Larson is a square jaw, good good action person. How? She did not prove in that movie that she could do action. And plus, the only person that proved that she could do action is just the Russo brothers. The Russo brothers when they did with her in Endgame, and
That's
that
yeah.
was the you can look at Endgame. She was much better in less than 30 minutes in Endgame than she was in her own movie, and that's sad.
Yeah. Very
That's
sad.
sad. The Russo brothers made her better in less than 10 minutes in Endgame, just than the two directors did in her own movie. I'm looking at this. I say
Yeah. That's
that was
her.
sad, but I was happy that her character got better in Endgame.
Yeah.
But the problem was for me, it sounded like so you know how Disney is. Disney always likes to reset their characters,
Yeah.
just every other movie. And feel like the only person that grew was Captain America and
Yeah.
Iron Man.
That's it.
Because
Yeah.
if you look at it, shoot, the Hawk character didn't really grow. They just like pretty much rushed his development in one movie.
Yeah.
Black Widow, she shouldn't have died in the first place because that's what this the problem. They could have brought in Deadpool in that place, and he could have been gone.
Yeah.
Look at Deadpool. They could have brought in a speedster just to like just to like rewind time, just to save Gamora and stuff like that, and they could kill
Yeah.
Thanos there. This me,
Yeah.
I
Most
say it
definitely.
is because it's so many things they could have
Most
did,
definitely.
and they could bring Wanda there to that planet just to stop Thanos and stuff like that. They had stuff like that. I say, God, and kind of like the bad thing about it, and kind of the bad thing about it, dealing with this movie, if they would bring in the real reason why that Thanos was killing everything because of death because of a lady, everybody would say, "Oh shucks, we got another one."
Yeah.
And kind of like somebody, in my opinion, telling the truth about the Cat Marvel movie. Somebody put rotten to say lacking. It kind of lacking a unified vision in a in a charismatic star. Thank you, thank you. I'm not the only one who think that. I'm not the only one who think Brie
Yeah.
Larson was not good
Brother.
as a star in the movie. Thank you. I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
And it put said this film is less big screen comic than a patchwork quilt. Thank you. Because it was not, in my opinion, cohesive at all. It was trying to push an agenda just instead of them just trying to push a good movie.
Yeah.
It's sad to say, but it's true
Very sad.
and stuff like that.
Yep. Sure.
And that's kind of in my opinion. It sounds like for me, right? If you had to like compare like sci-fi movies like big screen, I think Jaws, I think Deep Blue Sea, I think Anaconda, um,
Yeah.
shucks, I think the Squid movie
Piranha.
too. It'd be yeah the
Piranha.
sci-fi movie.
Movie. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Piranhas.
yeah,
Movie for that.
oh yeah. Because that, in my opinion, I think in my opinion, if they would bring more sci-fi movies out, I think, and make it like a franchise,
Yeah,
sound like
yeah,
Jaws, Deep Blue Sea,
right. Yeah,
yeah, it would do a lot better than the MCU right now based
Sharknado
on
or some of
script.
that. Yeah, yeah, or
Oh
Shark
yeah,
Octopus, some of that. Yeah, for you.
oh yeah, because them sci-fi movies really be good if you look at it, and you don't judge it
Like just
by
yeah, how it
be,
looks
be,
for yeah.
yeah, because the thing about sci-fi movies is like you can't judge it by the normal way. You gotta judge it
Yeah,
by what's the story about.
yeah,
And sci-fi movies, in my opinion, just do good about that part. In my opinion, they do good
yeah.
on that.
Like on that part. Yeah,
And and kind of like the bad thing about it, and and kind of like the bad thing is sound like the drama people who claim to be drama people say they hate sci-fi movies, but I'm looking at them. I say, but you praising the MCU
yeah.
with no
Like what?
story be there.
Yeah,
That
I
how you
mean,
praising the MCU with no story, but the sci-fi movie is telling you a story
yeah,
within the
but you
movie,
like it.
and,
What are
and
you?
and you hating on it. That makes no sense. That makes no sense
Yeah,
for you to be hating on the movie and stuff like that. Man, I would hate that junk half of the time to deal with them because I'm looking at this. I say, really?
hmm,
Because I'm looking at them. I say, why? And and they kind of like bad thing about it. Sure, they don't got answer why. That because they all claim to talk some. It's just my opinion, but I'm looking at them. I say, wait a minute. This your opinion is good, but that's what you look at the movie. It's a fact. It's a fact of the movie that it don't make sense if you look at the rest of the movies in the universe. This them talks on so you don't got to look at the rest of the movies in the universe. It's called the MCU. It's called the
yeah,
Marvel Cinematic Universe. You got to look at the movies before just to get what happening now.
yeah,
And what do some people be thinking just by jumping into look at a new movie and just expect know what happened? No, and that be the problem sometimes.
yeah,
And dealing with sci-fi movies give you a recap what happened last movie and stuff like that, and still make a good story for the new one most of the time. And that be the good thing in my opinion. What I've noticed, that be the good thing I've noticed most of the time for me. And kind of like the other thing I noticed, if they make an alien movie, I think if they make an alien movie, I think in my opinion is that they need to send like a soldier team that was training to take on aliens and stuff like that, and for them to see what would happen during a real situation, for them to save some people and to save soldiers that wasn't used to this people or
yeah.
something like.
Right.
Because if you look at it right, if you mistrain soldiers with just with untrained soldiers, that will force the just to just be on their p's and q's, and that'd be a good thing in my opinion. In my opinion, that'd be a good thing. And kind of like the other thing, and and kind of the other thing that would happen, I think, in my opinion, sound like it kind of like the video game series. I think that if you look at a video game series most of the time, like I'm doing a racing series, it's like
Right.
because they're already coming out with a Gran Turismo racing game already. If I was them,
Yeah,
I will make a Forza Horizon movie or Need for Speed.
yeah,
They could do Horizon. They could do Need for Speed, and they can start for the first one. You know what I mean? Some of the first Need for
yeah,
Speed and work their way up. Because if you look at it, that Need for Speed take place on different times, all except for the first two or three. because Need for Speed Most Wanted, and Need for Speed Carbon is three movies that is in one universe. Wait a minute, that's what I. Yeah, I think it's that. Let me see, cause, cause, cause I know it's Need for Speed. Oh yeah, no, that one more. And Need for Speed to Run is like a separate
Yeah.
movie that
Mhm.
you just made a one off movie on. Need for Speed game series. Oh yeah, yeah. It got Need for Speed. Wait a minute. Let me see. 2005, 2010, 2009. Oh yeah, and they can make a separate game based on Need for Speed Undercover. If you notice that game back in the day, that was a good game too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they got Need for Speed One, Need for Speed Two, Need for Speed Three. They got Need for Speed High. They can make this movie sound like a Fast and Furious series. They could do it similar to that if you look at it. Need for Speed One, Two, and Three, and Need for Speed High Stakes. That's a Fast and Furious series waiting to happen. Just for racing cars and stuff like that, in my opinion. And they got Need for Speed Unleashed. This is a 5 or 6 movie on deal. Yeah, shoot. I was on Microsoft. I would do it myself. I was Microsoft. Shoot, the Need for Speed series. You do Need for Speed one, two, three, High Stakes, Unleashed, Most Wanted, Carbon, Most Wanted. Oh man, it's so many games and stuff like man you can do and stuff like that. And dealing with it, and kind of like thing I noticed like I'm dealing with games and stuff like that. It seemed like it, in my opinion. See, in my opinion, what I seen most of the time, it's just most of the time what I seen is some like people hate to how can I say they hate to be different. They hate to go different. But the thing is, to make a good movie, you got to be different and stuff for that, in my opinion. Because
Yeah.
because shutting up and then shuts man, you got to be different sometimes. You might not like it, but you got to be different. And life like the Transformers movies, and they doing a reboot. So they might be going by the comic version, I think, by this because they doing a comic version. That means if they doing the Predacons and Terracons stuff like that, that means that if Unicron come, that means that Prime coming too. That does the opposite side of just Unicron. They come down to bring balance and stuff like that. Because if you look at it, Unicron just want to kill planets. Primal or Optimus Prime brother, that's the big planet ship or something like that. But everybody was saying, um, Optimus Prime got brothers, but the kind of I know it's all some where is Optimus because I've been seeing I can't find them at all. I can't find these suckers. One of his brothers on the planet. I understand the reason why he ain't moving, but the other brothers, because he got about two brothers, I think. Optimus Prime, I think, some of that in the comic books. Unless it's different. Let me see. Let me see. Optimus Prime brother. Um, Optimus Prime. Let me see, brother. I think he got about. one or two brothers, I think. Megatron is one of them, but he evil anyway. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. One of his brother named Ultra Magnus, and his brother might be asleep somewhere. I think some or some kind of shutdown. I think some system. They both served with distinction. The Cybertron Civil War with some. Oh, so he might come in next movie. Because down here, Ultra Magnus was created by Alphatron, brought online to fight against the Predacons. Wait a minute, if that's true, that me in my opinion that the next movie is gonna deal with the Predacons too, and Optimus Prime brother probably could come in, and 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 that will be some good help for Optimus Prime because this because so he gotta need some help and stuff like that because he got any help big time. And this was a reboot, as they say. If this is a reboot, because the first one of the first Bumblebee was made in the 80s, I think, something like that. The Bumblebee movie was in the 80s, I think. Because it said this one was in 1994 for this one, because it said it in the trailer. Let me see. Bumblebee. Bumblebee timeline. Oh, it was set in 1987. Hmm. Wait a minute. That means 7 years. Oh, so that means the next movie might just might take place in 2004 if they're doing it like that in 7 years increments. Because the first one is said on here it said take place in 1994, but this movie take place in 1994. That means that's 7 years later.
Yep.
Okay, wait a minute. If that's 1994, stuff like that. That me, in my opinion, that the next movie might take place in 2004, 2005, or something like that. That's kind of like the only thing that I probably could think of. Because 87 to 94, 94, 2001 might be the next movie, but that's what knowing Hasbro, they might in my opinion just might jump it up to like 2010, and that might be a smart thing to do because think about it, if you try doing 7 years increments, that might not work. Time for like the Optimus Prime and stuff like that and doing a fight. If I was them, I would do it like in 10 years, something like in 2010, and be like more current, and that'd be like a good thing. I think, in my opinion, 2010, and just like after 97, 87, 94, 2010, 2014, 2020, and then the last movie could be up in current times, and that'd be a good thing. I think, in my opinion, because think about it, because the last movie should be always in current times. But if they want to do it in current times, they want to do it in the future. Just tell people that. Just tell people that in the movie is that Optimus Prime might be doing in the future, because that's what if they warn people in the movie, they go into the future and stuff like that. Then nobody can't be mad. This when this trail come out, and plus everybody, and plus everybody from the future. Because that's what if you look at the game that coming out from the Autobots game and stuff like that, and the new Transformers game, what I'm seeing, the Transformers game seem like it take place after just after this movie, 1994 movie, and plus that's what it take place in the present or just in the future. I think it seemed like it take place in the future up in the game. Be, be, because that Transformers game might be like telling the future. I think something the franchise, if it happened in the franchise stuff like that, it might be doing that. I think in my opinion, and plus and and plus when Black Adam had came out, I actually bought all both of the Black Adam both of the Black Adam how can I say this the Black Adam Funko Pops because I bought the one with the lightning and the one that's plain and plus the Hawkman I bought that one too. Let me see. Let me see because I got both of the Black Adams. The Black Adam thing was good. And sometimes, in my opinion, some people judge Black Adam just too harshly. In my opinion, but the movies, I do got the Black Adam thing right here. I'm about to show you.
Okay.
Because then, in my opinion, this Black Adam, because this the Black Adam thing right here. Out the lightning right here, the one I bought when the movie came out. Before the movie came out, I got this one,
Awesome.
and plus the other one I got is it's the Black Adam with the lightning
Ooh.
and stuff like that. One lightning, one without it right here and stuff like that. I got Puffman too because shoot the one for Doctor Fate. I was trying to find that one, but I couldn't find it. I got the Hawkman one too right here. Cause shoot, I was trying to find the whole set of them, but I couldn't find it. Cause all I find the Black Adam, two of them, and the one the Black Adam with the lightning without it, and the Hawkman. Unless it didn't make none, just for Doctor Fate, cause if they did, I gotta have it online or something like that. I gotta have to buy it because I can't find that junk from that. Most of the time, I can't find it because it'd be hard to find certain. There's certain statues and stuff like that. It's hard to find, and that one
Okay.
people. And that one people fail to realize sometimes is is it sounds like when you actually like support a movie and the movie actually good and you can actually like defend it and then people get mad most of the time because think about it when you ask somebody also why you like that movie man half of the time and that would happen most of the time if you're trying to give critiques they don't give you a good answer. There's a reason why they like the movie. Because should you ask me about Black Adam, you ask him about any other movie, and the reason why I like it, I just can tell you why I like it and stuff like that, in my opinion. And if look in my opinion, shoot, I think the Transformers movie might be I I think this movie is like a two-part movie. I think the Transformers is a two-part movie, and this is part one. For me, I'm good with that. Because thing about me, when you make movie two parts, you is able to tell a better story. I think, in my opinion, and, and you should tell origins, and you should tell how all these stuff come and stuff like that, and you try to put it in one movie based on the DC movies coming out. Because the best one like coming out might be Superman, but the thing with Superman when you're using half of the time, because it's so many good comic books. There's so many good comic books about Superman and stuff like that. And that when people like in my opinion fail to realize most of the time. They fail to realize that most of the time. Like on deal with Superman and stuff like that. They fail to realize fail to realize it because that's what if you look at some Superman, it was based on Superman character and stuff like that, in my opinion. And that when the disrespect comes from the Marvel fan talking some Hyperion is stronger than Superman. I'm looking at them. I say Hyperion strong. Century is a crackhead. Without his power, he's a crackhead. How can nobody just not figure it out?
Yeah.
Look at his old comic books. Without that power, control him, Century. If you look at it, the older version of him, because that's what if he gets skinny because the power just had take over him and stuff like that, and shoot, that's what I realized most of the time. Like I'm doing movies and shows and stuff like that. I can't stand and say to myself, I say, wait a minute, all these things supposed to be good? 'Cause I'm looking at this, I'm looking at that. I say, wait a minute, could be because right, you know what I mean, right? Like when you look at a movie, man, so they can't even I'm looking at them. I say,
No, what is it?
Um, it kind of like the thing. Like I don't want to Disney mess up. It's Ghost Rider because the thing about it for me, if they mess up Ghost Rider, they mess up, they mess up Ghost Rider, and they mess up Moon Knight.
Yep.
Come on. Because they are for me, if they mess up Ghost Rider or Moon Knight anymore, I don't got no hope for any other rated R character to come in. Because the thing about it for me, it sounds like Disney didn't announce a Ghost Rider movie, didn't announce a New Mutants movie. Disney didn't announce some of these dark characters that is part of the Avengers teams and such. Three Marvel.
Yeah.
I do not know how they're gonna do it, but shoot, I just have a feeling, in my opinion, it's not gonna make sense. Plus, and plus, another thing, right? And plus, like another game movie they probably could do is like is the big old Division.
Yeah. For
It's the truth though, most of the time dealing with them
yeah. For yeah.
and stuff like that. I movie PG-13. I'm because I'm looking at that. Oh shucks, I never thought of the Ghost rating. Oh, shoot. Oh, shucks. I ain't thought of that. Oh man, it kind of messed that franchise up. I bet you. I bet you did well. Shit, they just gonna mess up Architect one. And that jump made me mad sometimes too. That kind of jump made me mad. Because I'm looking at them, I look at them most of the time, I say, really? You telling me that that Moon Knight character, how and he got 3 different personalities. But still, they're gonna use that as their advantage during the series. But it's Disney kids, because I hate that junk too. I hate that junk when it keep on saying dumb it down for the kids and stuff. Them kids.
Yeah.
Um, that the Lakers won that one. Lakers. And there were other scores around the NBA.
Yeah.
The Heat beat the Knicks 86 to 105.
Mm.
Defense. NBA because the Heat beat the Knicks 105 to 806. 105 to 86. And for the Lakers beat the Golden State Warriors 127 to 97. And that's a good thing. And let me see. Plus the Sun. Lakers. Kind of like the Lakers versus the Warriors. The series is 2-1, and for my opinion, that Miami Heat beat the Knicks, make it 2-1. And kind of my opinion, though for the Lakers, they keep this. The Lakers defense need to be disciplined. The offense, in my opinion, just need to slow down the offense at some points, and sometimes speed it up. Don't try to play the Warriors game, in my opinion, and 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 Timo Code. If you know what Timo is the app something like something like eBay. You buy different stuff on it, and put my code down there too. If you want to buy stuff on that, and you can also buy that code. Just on the checkout. Just remember everything like that. The code that's down below. Just for the W Energy Drink, Zero Nation One, and for like the other ones, that all the codes in the link and stuff like that is down below. On the chat, y'all have a real good weekend. And I'll see y'all next time. I'll see y'all next time just with the video review of Guardian Stream.